Hello, hello. Okay, so today we are going to do some core strength yoga related exercises. And the thing about these is that the core strength is not just the front, it's not just your six pack. The core is everything around you in a 3D kind of sense. So you have got the abdominal muscles at the front, your rectus abdominis, which is often the six pack one, but you've also got side obliques, and you've got very deep muscles inside the transverse abdominis, as well as the back muscles, particularly the erecti spinae. And also we've got the top and the bottom. So like the diaphragm is roughly the top part, and the pelvic floor muscles as the bottom. So all this area needs to be focused on if we're going to think about the core, not just doing sit-ups. Okay, so there won't be any sit-ups in the classic sense in here. So the other thing with core strength is sometimes people can find it makes their back feel a little bit tweaky the next day. So you might only want to do some of these on any particular day. Or you might want to leave it another couple of days before you do it again. So just see what works best for you. And I'm going to also try and give levels of modification so that you can choose like whether to take your legs up or to move your hands or whatever. And as you progress with your strength, you might find that you can do slightly different variations. But at the beginning, stick with what feels most comfortable and don't try and do too much all in one go, or like try and reach the third variation on your first attempt. Okay, so the other thing is we'll try and do some releasing in between some of the exercises as well. So we're mainly going to be sitting, lying on the back or lying on the front. The first one is going to be what some people refer to as cosmic egg. So we're going to come into a sitting position and have both knees bent up in front of you, feet together, and stock the hands down on the floor. I'll just move slightly. Okay, so then what we're going to do is draw the feet in, and we're going to use our hip flexors. So the hip flexors and your gluteal muscles are also used within working and strengthening your core. So if you have slightly more flexible hip flexors that can come in really tight, this will feel a little easier. So that's something else, you can work on in some other postures like low lunges and the crescent lunge. But anyway, so we're going to draw the feet in. So hold the floor and then draw your feet in up to the point that you get to, wherever that tucking in position is. And then lean back slightly on your bottom and find the balance point where your feet come up off the floor. And you're holding the floor with the hands and your bottom is still on the floor here. And you can tuck in as much as you're comfortable. So some people will tuck in quite a bit. Some people might find they're not tucked in so much. So hold this position. Anytime you want to, you can then just come down and rest and breathe out. Relax. So try and breathe whilst you're in the posture. Okay, so we'll do that once again. We'll tuck the feet in and the knees in, draw in, and then if you feel comfortable, you can lift your hands. You might hug the back of the thighs, or you might hold the shins, and this is the cosmic egg. So just the bottom is on the floor here, and we're balancing. You should still be able to breathe. So then we'll come down and relax. Breathe out. Have a good exhale. If you want to take a forward fold, any forward fold might feel nice just to relax the abdominal muscles at the front and to relax your lower back as well. Okay, good. So that's the first one. The second one, Navasana, the boat pose, builds on this first one that we've just done. So when you feel ready, we'll draw the feet in again, come back to your balance point. You might keep hold of the floor. You might hold the back of your thighs. See if you can then lift your legs up to come up into half boat. So the knees are bent and the legs are raised up in front. So have a breath here and then relax. Breathe out. Release. So if you feel like you want to lean back and open the chest and kind of take a little twist, or if you want to fold forwards, just move a little bit so you can release. Okay. We're going to do that again. and then we'll add some leg variations. And the other thing with some of these core strength things is that if you want to use your Pilates zip, so where you imagine you're doing a zip up your jeans, and you zip up from your pubic bone up to your belly button, and by zipping up you draw your tummy muscles in and make that kind of action strong, so you can feel your muscles are already engaged before you start working. Some people argue that is better because your muscles then are already working before you move, and also some people say it helps protect the back muscles. So you can also apply, you might like to try it with that on this time and see if it makes a difference for you. So come back to your start position, sitting down, feet in front, knees bent, hands by the side. We'll slide in, draw in, come into cosmic egg to begin, find that balance, then lift the legs up. And then whether you're holding the back of the thighs or you've got your arms out straight, you might also change your leg position now and lift the legs up and straighten. You can also apply the Pilates zip at any time. So if you put it on and then have lost it, you can put it on again here. Keep breathing. When you've had enough, come down, breathe out and relax. Big breath in, long breath out. Any leg position, just relax and breathe. Okay, slowly come back up. There's one more variation that you can do with the boat. It's going from high to a low position, but I wouldn't do this until you feel really comfortable and quite strong and happy with the first ones, but I will just show it. So you come back into your cosmic egg, find that balance point, lift the legs, maybe take the hands off the floor as well, have any leg position that you like. And then we're going to lie back onto the floor with the back. So you begin to round your back, curl down as you open the legs out. And then you're balancing here with the shoulder blades up, looking at your feet. And then release, relax down. Breathe out. And we'll just take a nice, long, lengthening diagonal stretch here. So that also will work across the muscles down the front of the body and the back. So we'll take the arms up and over behind the head and then reach into one hand and maybe the diagonally opposite leg if you can, or you may be doing the same side, same leg. See about reaching different arms, different legs, playing about, just easing out and then release. Bring the arms down. Okay, catch your breath. So we're going to take another couple of exercises here. These ones are going to be lying down. So we'll start with supine, happy baby. So we're going to roll down, or you're already down probably, it's just me that sat up. Okay, so for happy baby, we take the knees a little wider so that the thighs are coming off the rib cage out to the side. Then flex into your ankles and lead with your heels and lift your feet up so it keeps the muscles in the legs engaged. And have the shins vertical if you can manage that. You might hold the back of the thighs gently, and we're encouraging the knees to come down into the armpits, or we're not into, towards the armpits. Okay, depending on how, this is using your hip flexors, so the deeper you can come, because you've got more flexible hip flexors. Some people will hold the feet, some people will hold the shins, some people will hold the back of the thighs. So from happy baby, we'll bring the arms inside the legs. I'm going to turn around slightly so that you can see. So the arms are inside the legs, and we're going to pretend we're doing a supine version of crow, the balance. So you can flex into the wrists if you want to. And then lift your head up, lift your shoulders and push your hands further forwards. So if you were turned upside down, then you will be in the crow balance. Keep your knees working down towards the armpits. If they're further away, it doesn't matter. And then rest your head down. You can take the feet down to the floor. You might take a gentle rocking twist or some sacrum circles, or you might like to lengthen the legs out to open your hip flexors down the top of your legs instead. Okay, good. We'll take a variation of that. So bring yourself back up into where we were. Come into happy baby. So thighs are wide. Flex into the heels, lift the feet, shins are vertical. Legs are wider than your rib cage. So you've got the option, if you bring the arms inside the legs, of doing the crow again, or you could straighten your legs and then reach your arms forwards, lift your shoulder blades and head off the floor and reach your arms through your legs. Legs don't have to be straight, they could be any position. It's all working the same. Keep breathing, and then after a few breaths, come down, relax. Again, we'll ease things out with some nice gentle rocking twists. So semi-supine legs, feet on the floor, hip width apart, and then just gently rock halfway over from one side to the other. Just ease things out. So this will help you just kind of release particularly the abdominal muscles at the front. You'll feel it maybe on the sides, and it's also easing out the lower back. Good. Bring that to a pause. Breathe out. And then we'll roll over, or you could push yourself up. We're going to finish with a couple on the front of the body now. So the final two, we're going to come over and lie down on the front of the body. Just take a moment to rest here and just relax. So we're going to do, the first one we're going to do is a moving sphinx. Okay, so we'll come up onto the elbows. Have your elbows roughly underneath your shoulders. And make sure that the spine feels tall. So you might feel like your ear and your shoulders are quite close together. Start by lifting your head up and grow tall through the front of the body. Draw your awareness down to your belly and what's in contact with the floor there. And then we're gradually going to lift the belly off the floor, lift the pubic bone off the floor, and ensure that you're kind of tucking your tailbone, you're tucking your pelvis under. So you're rounding your back slightly, and we're keeping the knees on the floor. And then we'll release down. So roll everything back down in the reverse order, and then lie down flat. Breathe out. Windscreen wiper legs if you like. Rock from side to side. Okay, so when you're peeling up, depending on how you're feeling, you might find that just going to lift the belly, and that is really strong and challenging. You don't have to lift any further. Even the action of trying to lift the belly up will be engaging your muscles. If you don't lift the pelvis, it's fine. You just layer it on as much as you're happy with. We'll do one more of those just so we've got the hang of it. So elbows under shoulders. Start off maybe in a kind of shrunken sphinx, and then we'll lift the head up to the ceiling, lengthen up through the rib cage. That will already be lifting you up slightly. Come to being aware of the front of your belly, the belly button and belly on the floor. We're going to slowly draw it in and peel it up off the floor. Keep the rounding going on. So then you might find you lift the pelvis up, you might not. If you've lifted the pelvis up, keep the back rounded. So we're shortening the front of the body, engaging the muscles. And we're keeping the knees on the floor. We're not coming up into elbow, forearm plank. You find that the body will start shaking, so you may have had enough. And then we'll slowly lower everything back down. Breathe out. Relax. And take windscreen wiper legs once again. Keep breathing out. And then lower the legs down to the floor. Okay. Good news is that we're on the final one, a variation of Salabhasana, the locust. So lots of different arm variations. We're starting, or keeping the arms up by the head rather. We're going to slowly lift the head up off the floor and just look forwards. Lift one arm and maybe diagonally opposite leg. And then rest down, breathe out. When you're ready, lift the head, look towards your fingers. Lift your second arm up, diagonally opposite leg. Hold for a breath or two. And then rest down, breathe out. Rest the head. You can rock your hips if you like. We'll do that once more. So we lift the head, look forwards. Lift one arm, diagonally opposite leg. Hold the position but keep breathing. And then rest down, breathe out. Lift head. Lift your second arm, diagonally opposite leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Rest down and relax. Again, windscreen wiper legs, really nice. Rocking from side to side. And then slowly lower the legs down. Lever yourself up. And to ease out the back, you might find you want to do some gentle rocking, or you forwards and back, or you might find kind of side bend wriggles helpful. Or you could slide yourself back into child's pose. Or you could take that half forward position. If you're happy kneeling, just with the lower back relaxed, leaning into a supported hand position here. And then slowly come back up. Okay. So if you're doing these on your own, once you've sort of learned a few of them, you can then ease your way out of it anyway. And it's also really nice to maybe start and finish with some belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, because that will be strengthening your diaphragm muscles, part of the core. So we'll just take a few belly breaths to finish. So just sit comfortably, kneeling's fine, cross-legged, whatever you feel like. You can do this lying down as well on your mat. Relax everything, the belly, the shoulders, the legs. Just have a normal breath for a moment. And then begin to activate your belly breathing. So you can always use a hand to help guide you. So for belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, we inhale and we expand. We feel that moving out or moving up to the ceiling. And then we exhale, we draw it back in. So if you're lying down, your belly will rise up towards the ceiling. If you're sitting, it will move out in front of you. So on your in-breath, we expand so that we can fill with air. And on the out-breath, we draw the belly in and squeeze out the last bit of breath. So we inhale, breathe into the belly, make the belly move. Exhale, draw the belly in. Do another couple of these nice, soft belly breaths. And then at the end of the out-breath, you can relax the hand, relax the shoulders, and come back to the room. Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. So like I say, you can do as few or little of these as you want, or incorporate one into your day. You might not want to do all of it in one go, and also listen to your back and your abdominal muscles. So the next day you might feel it if you've been working them, but if it feels tweaky and it keeps on like that, then I would either refocus on how you're doing it or sort of step it back so you're not doing as many in one day, or work out which ones seem to be better than the others for you. So there's no ones that are magical or better than any of the others. They're all doing similar, different things. So you work out what works best for you. Okay, thank you and enjoy. Bye.